Well, hello there, friends. Welcome on in. It is a Sunday. We're doing a PBE stream. No, it's not awards. It's not awards, but that's next weekend. But it's Prospect League. In fact, if you've been craving Prospect League, congrats, you're gonna get it 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. But we're kicking off the second half of the Prospect League season. We're 27 games in. We got 27 to go before our rookie showcase Friday night. I believe I set that for 7 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I set a little bit earlier just because it can be a very long stream. It's going to be a very long night for some of us on Friday, but these are the standings at the halfway point. We have 5 games that we'll be watching today. Um, and then directly after that, I'm going to be sprinting my way over to, you guessed right, marbles, which we'll be rating. We'll do a raid into that. So if you're here and you're gonna stick around for marbles, don't worry. Grab a snack, grab a drink. I know I have a drink, definitely an energy drink because it's going to be a long day for me. We're going to be together for maybe 5 hours if you're going to be enjoying marbles afterwards as well. Let's go ahead and advance the day. We do have 2 new players that we'll welcome in. We'll welcome them in once we get to their games. Um, the first 2 days are going to be quick sim because I believe there's an off day actually right after this. Yep. So we'll have one day of box scores, and then our first game of the day is going to be the West and the North. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into these box scores. Speaking of West and North, and the West are going to win 3-0 on the West. Looks wow, get the win, and Zahn and Jose didn't have to do a thing. Eschenbaugh 1 for 3 with a run scored on the North. Palindrome 1 for 4. Speed Kills, who we will see in a moment, um, will drew a walk. For your pitching, Rich will get the win. Barry Balls will take the loss. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock the third will get their 4th save. Amos Rich is your player of the game. East and the South, and we got a walk off. So the East tied it, but the South walked it off on a Big Dog Bubba single. On the East, Hawkins going 2 for 4. Ford Lincoln Mercury 1 for 4. On the South, Hoy 2 for 4 with a run scored. For your pitching, Duke Smith getting the blown save win. And another player that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. I mean, it wouldn't be a prospect league without a robot. In this case, it's cybernetically enhanced. We're stepping it up. We're stepping it up in prospect league. Um, technology. We got to keep up. And I don't know if I mentioned the player of the game was Tim Infinity in that game. Let's go ahead and get past this off day, and let's go ahead and go to our first game of the day. It's going to be West and the North, and we don't usually stream on a Sunday, so I don't think there's any mods this morning. Let me go ahead and let's go make a quick prediction here. You know what? I haven't seen this one in a minute. I haven't seen this one in a minute. It's Prospect League, so got maybe set some expectations. Over under 1.5 total errors in the game. and we'll give you all a minute or two on that. Also, while we got a minute, as I see KDR Twitch cashing in them points. If you do not know, if this is maybe your first time watching, every 10,000 Twitch points, you can redeem it for $1,000,000 PBE dollars. The one big thing you have to do, and I put it in the chat, just make sure you fill out that Google form. It just links your Twitch handle to your PBE username, so that way when you redeem that reward, our lovely mods know who to pay. Because I don't know about you, I don't want somebody else getting my PBE money or even my in real life money. It's mine. I want it. I have cash and I need it now. Um, Also, pro tip, if you're going to be playing marbles with me after the stream, I also use that to make sure I know who is who for marbles. So if you're playing marbles, also fill out that form. So then that way it makes my life a million times easier. But definitely try to get those points. In fact, unless we have a mod pop in and make a prediction, unfortunately y'all can't make me bankrupt today, or else we'll have a prediction in which I can't complete. So if I make the prediction, I can't bet in it, unfortunately. So maybe means more points for y'all to take from me on Monday, or aka tomorrow. But we'll give y'all another 30 seconds or so. And I'll do some play by play on this one. Since I'm going to be doing a lot of talking and it's just me, you guys are going to have a lot of opportunities for Ask the Booth today. Because not only do I have 2 hours of talking here, but then we got 3 hours of fun banter and whatever Marbles brings us afterwards. Somebody's going to win 10 points. Somebody's going to win. Who will win? Wind blowing in from center at 11. It'll be Matt Phillips leading off for the West. Flies out to left, one out. Mason Jack pops it up right field, two down. Jose is going to also hit a fly ball left field, and the West go down in order. 1, 2, 3. It'll be Palindrome leading off as see, I distracted myself. Totally forgot. We're gonna hone on in as Palindrome leads off with a double. One of our two new players. Welcome to the PBE, and if I mispronounce your username, I apologize in advance. Omij. Speed kills, second baseman bats left. For the North, we'll look at their profile and their ratings after the game. But after the double, next three batters go down in order 1, 2, 3. We go to the second with no score. Zahn flies it out to center field for out number 1. Walker with a base hit to left. So runner aboard, one out for Eschenbaugh. And that's going to fall in for a base hit. Runners at first and second, one out. Steve McDykel gets a base hit to right, and they're going to hold the runner at third. So the base is loaded, one out for Altuve. Slow roller in the infield, and he's going to just hang on to it. Infield single, everybody's safe. West takes the lead first. It's 1-0. As Thompson Jr., that should be far enough to bring in the run. Throw to the plate is not in time. Sack fly makes it 2-0 runner at second, tag to third. So runners in the corners for Phillips, who will strike out on the check swing. So West get 2 on the board. They lead 2-0. We go to the bottom of the second. Vapor grounds that out to second base, one out. McCovey grounds it to short, 2 down. Now Pangy is going to hit a pop up in the infield, caught by the second baseman, and the North go down in order 1, 2, 3. We go to the third. It'll be Mason Jack leading off, and it's a fly ball deep center, but it's caught for the first out. And now Jose is going to swing and miss for strike 3, 2 outs. Brandon Zahn grounds it to the second baseman, and it's a 1, 2, 3 inning. West with the 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom half. Zach Lay, fly ball to deep center, deepest part of the park, in fact, and it's caught at the track, 1 out. And Carter will get a base hit to right field. Second hit of the game for the North, and he's going to try to go for second and is safe. Runner at second, 1 out for Palindrome. Oh, wow. What a grab in the hot corner. Saves a hit and maybe a run as Speed Kills will strike out. Wow. Runner at second will be stranded. We go to the fourth. Still 2-0 West lead as Walker will ground out to start off the inning. Eschenbaugh flies out to left for the second out. Steve McDykel will bloop that into right field for a 2-out single. Runner going, safe at second. Altuve is going to slide and grab in center field by Vapor to steal a hit and potentially a run. So it stays 2-0. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Zielinski swinging butt in front of home plate, 1 out. Lindsay grounds that to short for the second out. And now Vapor grounds that to the second baseman. 1, 2, 3 inning for the North. Top of the fifth now. Thompson flies that out to left. Phillips base hit to center field. Runner aboard, 1 out. Mason Jack now with Jose on deck. And it's going to be a fly ball out left field. Jose is going to swing and miss for strike 3. Halfway through here in the game, it's 2-0 West. As we go to the bottom of the fifth, McCovey base hit to right to lead it off. And now Pengy swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 away. Runner going and way out at second base. Make it 2 outs, nobody on for Lay. And it's a hard grounder to third, but they make the play over to first, and the North are retired again here in the fifth. Kind of a pitcher's duel in progress as Zahn will lead it off with a long single to right. So leadoff runner is on. Walker strikes out, 1 away for Patrick Eschenbaugh. Runner going, throw to second, not in time. Eschenbaugh with a base hit to center field as Zahn is going to score. Zahn not really known for stealing. Stolen base works out there, counts as a run. It's 3-0 on the RBI single. McDykel with a base hit as well up the middle. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Altuve, fly ball to deep center. Runner's going to tag to third. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Thompson Jr. to third, over to first in time. And they'll leave the 2 runners stranded aboard. However, the West do get a run. It's now 3-0, bottom 6. Carter with a slow roller, going to hang on to it. Infield hit. Leadoff runner is on. Runner going, safe. Palindrome with a base hit to center field. Runner heading home, safe. 3-1 now. North getting on the board. No outs, runner at first for Speed Kills. And that's going to be their first hit of Prospect League. It's going to make it runners at first and second, no outs. Zielinski, that'll be caught in center. Patrick Lindsay, fly ball, but really got under it. Caught for out number 2. As Vapor with a fly ball to right. That will be caught. North do get a run on the board. They leave 2 stranded as well. It's 3-1 to the 7th, top of the West order, and Phillips. Fly ball to center field for out number 1. Mason Jack, grounder to third, gets there in time, 2 outs. Jose with a hard grounder to short and gets it there in time. 1-2-3 inning. Still a 2-run lead at the stretch. Anybody's game up to this point. As McCovey grounds that to third for the first out. Pengy gets beaned, so runner at first, 1 out for Zach Lay. Runner goings and way out. So nobody on, 2 outs. And Lay strikes out looking. So nothing going there for the North. We go to the 8th. Brandon Zahn leading off and is going to pop that out to the first baseman, 1 out. As Walker lines that to the wall for extra bases. 1 out double for Walker. Eschenbaugh hits that back to the pitcher, but gets there in time. Infield single. McDykel will bring in the run on the double. 4-1, runners at second and third, 1 out. As they'll intentionally walk out Tuve for Thompson Jr. And then Bean Thompson Jr., so it doesn't matter. Brings in a run. 5-1. Bases loaded still with 1 out. Matt Phillips, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Mason Jack, fly ball deep center, and caught at the wall. Almost had a grand slam, not quite. Lead goes up to 4, though, with 2 runs in the top of the 8th. It's 5-1. Carter, strike 3 looking. And then Palindrome gets beaned with 1 out. So runner aboard now for speed kills. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Zielinski with a base hit to left. Keeps the inning alive. Patrick Lindsay called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. North will leave runners stranded yet again. Top of the 9th. West with the 5-1 lead. Jose leading off with a base hit. So leadoff runner aboard at first for Zahn. Slow roller out at second, and they get the double play. 4-6-3, I should say, as that's a base hit by Walker, and they'll get the stolen base a second. Eschenbaugh base hit up the middle. That's going to bring in another run. 6-1 West. Second RBI of the game for Eschenbaugh. And now McDykel pops that up in the infield, and that'll be caught for the third out. It is now 6-1 West. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Vapor swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out now for McCovey. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as well. 2 outs. North down to their final out. It's Pengy. Grounder to the pitcher, I should say, and the North go down in order. 1-2-3. West will get the win. 6-1. Flop Quads gets the win. Biggest Tittius Smittius will take the loss, and player of the game goes to Patrick Eschenbaugh. And then I'm doing this backwards, but we want to give everybody their moment of fame. There we go. Sorry about that, Omij. Kind of went out of order. Usually we do this before we get into the game, but as I mentioned, I believe this is a speed build, if I remember correctly. Thus the name Speed Kills. Decent gap, decent eye. Be interesting to see how many stolen. I mean, they've already tried once and did not get it on that first one, but we shall see how many steals they end up with. But welcome to PBE, and let's take a look at our other game. East and the South, and very got interesting there in the ninth. Oh, and by the way, speaking of errors, there was none. Let me go ahead and pay out that prediction before I forget. So unders got that one. Then our next stream game, I believe, is the day after this. We're going back to back. Yeah, we're doing East versus South. So let me actually get another one going real quick. Well, let's try this. Maybe we'll change it up a little bit. Maybe just maybe. So East versus South is going to be the next one. Um, between the two starting pitchers, who has the higher game starting pitcher game score? And if you don't know what I mean by game score, I'll show you here in just a moment. Um, East South, or because it's possible, tie. Because it's technically possible to tie in that. Um, but first, let's take this is the day before. We'll be going to the next day and watching the game, but it's this game score here on the bottom that that I'm referring to in that prediction. But the East do win in this one 4-2. Hawkins 2 for 4. Ford Lincoln Mercury with their fifth dinger, part of a 1 for 3 day with a walk as well as 2 runs scored. On the South, Hoy 2 for 5. And then for our pitching, Jones takes the win. Itef takes the loss. Weiser hold. Garfield the save. Fletcher Jones is your player of the game. And then that takes us to our stream game of the day, or our next stream game of the day, which we do have a relief pitcher. Congrats on the recreate BMW. Um, I I understand. I understand. Well, I'm assuming Dibble is like relating to a dog. I'm assuming that's a dog reference, but cybernetically enhanced Robo Dibble, great name. Also, I counted the letters before the stream, and I believe this is now the second longest name of the season. Okay, so that was gonna be my next guess. Was Rob Dibble, who is freaking hilarious. I had a 50-50 chance at it. Okay. So do we get football picks with this robot? That's my next question. But over the top on the delivery, flame throwing relief pitcher, cutter, slider, and a screwball, 92-94 on the gun. But there's your matchup. Give y'all another minute or so. Everybody's everybody's quiet with predictions. Is it because I can't do any predictions? Is it because I can't put my points in the pot? Is that what it is? Is that what's going on? I still want to know how there's a mysterious roof in Toronto. Is is this OOTP lore? Do I need to go? Do I need to go find Rabid and be like, what's this? What's the deal? Mag, it's not magic. It's magic. Magic. Now, oh gosh, you know what's stuck in my head now, and it's terrible because it doesn't even roll off the dang tongue. Um, ho ho ho, it's magic. You know that song, but like if you do magic, doesn't work. It's also why I don't sing on my own streams because now I scared away half of the PBE viewing public. Should probably put that on the rules. I don't know. I don't know if Lord Larson's watching. Add to the streaming rules. No singing. No singing. All right. This is I mean, speaking of ask, booth and whatnot. It's ask the booth. Let's go put that up. It's ask the booth. Let's get this game started because I see that prediction's about to run out. Feel free to ask me whatever you like. Just know if I don't answer, it's probably because you ask me a question, I'll get me in trouble. But with that being said, go. It's tough. I know. I know. I know. Call ups have to happen sooner or later. I really feel like I truly, absolutely, 10,000% feel like a jerk because I thought I told you the other day. Or, well, wait, today's a new day, so this would have been 3 days ago. I thought I told you on Thursday. So I feel like a mega jerk that I forgot. So yes, you have every even though I kind of feel like you're being sarcastic ish, you have every right to be mad. Favorite prospect league player? Oh gosh, like picking my this is this is like picking your favorite child. I don't know if I don't know if I want to go down that path. I'm calling Xenos up. So Xenos, Star will be called up, and then we're calling Stoneway up. And I believe that's all the call ups we're doing. Everybody else is staying down, including pass. We did have conversations about a couple other call ups, but eh. Um, you know, I will say this because I don't feel like I'm giving out a secret by saying this. Like, if I can, which at this point we have that flexibility ish. I say ish because you know things can change. I mean, I've had some curveballs thrown at me this season. I've had some. Let's just say this: I've had some mornings waking up to some very interesting news. We'll just say that. But I like to try to give the play like usually it's do you want to be called up, and then what are your thoughts? Because some people want to be called up, some people want to stay down, and I try to respect that, especially in the sense that we're still building. So, we can take our time on it. And also I really hate calling people up early and then just seeing them get just freaking get their butts whooped. Like that's no fun for anybody. I know I wouldn't find that very fun. So I don't expect other people to find that fun. However, you also have people going for certain records, aka Ivy DeFreeze, who is going for the career strikeout record, which is why like they were in our starting rotation immediately. Um, so we try to I try to, or yeah, I mean they may get that in the process. Although no knowing Cita's IT, will probably find a good laugh out of it. I mean, a record's a record, right? That's how I look at it, at least. Oh yeah, how's Yeti? How's Yeti on his path to that? I mean, the first few seasons is always, the first. I'd say probably the next couple, 2, 3 seasons probably going to be a little rough, but it's slowly going to get better. Slowly, at least I got to keep telling myself that too. It is asked to. Did I miss any? Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh gosh. See, for me, I just think they're fun. You'll have to ask that. That's more of a Rob question. I have no idea the motives behind the question of the day. All I know is if you want Boise State to win in the college football playoff, you may or may not be D&D on my draft list. Possibly, potentially. Don't know if you want to test that. Just kidding. For legal purposes, I'm just kidding. What's he on pace for? Whatever you say. Is it because Washington's not in, or Washington State, or sorry, Wazoo? Which I don't know why they don't go by that anymore. See, it's a scouting question. You'll know it if Rob pops into that chat one day and is like, "Give me a hot take." Then you might be getting scouted. Or or if he pops in the chat and is like, "How do you feel about getting a PBE job?" That's scouting. Pass. See, Rob? See, Rob, you have nothing to worry about. Is it Panda? Did Panda do this? Is it because I like eggnog? Also, Panda, if you're watching, do I get a little cut of this income? I mean, do I get a little addition to my salary? Or well, wait a minute. No, I pay my own salary. Do I get a little out of league income for sponsor money? Although you're gonna have to pay. I mean, Boost pays me good. You're gonna have to top it. Also, speaking of Boost, a little birdie told me that there might be a new flavor coming out this afternoon. I have not seen our sponsor rep yet today. Hopefully soon. Well, see, I don't think so, Rob, because last time I was in one, I got killed by 40 tons of salt. And I still have some Max dude that knocks on my door from time to time trying to make me sign for this salt. And I'm like, dude, I'm dead. Go find somebody else to sign for it. And then he immediately follows that up with, well, if you're dead, then why are you talking to me? And at that point, I just close the door on him. And then we just repeat it over and over again until eventually I hope he just goes away. It hasn't worked yet. Hopefully, it will soon. A few corn dogs don't sound too bad for lunch. Unfortunately, I do not have corn dogs. And yes, because I know this was brought up in the rookie chat. Um, it is I put ketchup on my corn dogs. There you go. You're welcome. Ooh, great question. So if we have a player start like a created player as a starting pitcher, we usually pick those games. Since the starting pitchers only play once every 4 games. I will say there is a game on here where both starting pitchers are bots, or not bots. Let me clarify that. Legacy players, as we like to call them. And the only reason for that is because I had the only had 4 games on the schedule, and the West was only going to be on the screen once, so I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure the West was at least on there at least 2 games. So that's why we have that 5th game. I hope that makes sense. Ooh, I never thought about barbecue sauce on a corn dog. I actually might try that. I never thought of that. I would imagine that would taste really good. And we're not even an hour into this, and now I'm hungry. Thank you, Punk. You got me covered. But I should actually pay attention to the game. Free baseball. We have free baseball, and the East has 3 errors. Oh yeah. Um, Getz will get on base here in the top of the 10th. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 10th. And that will end the top of the 10th. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Brady draws the walk. We'll continue as we pickoff leads to an error, winning run in scoring position. Oh my gosh, now the winning run is 90 feet away. Walk. So Winton at first, Brady at third, McCanahan swing and a miss, strike three, 1 out. We're gonna continue. We're gonna roll it over into the next stream game after this. So I will answer that question as that is gonna be a win. Sis Jones with the walk-off single. 6-5 South get the win. East with 4 errors. And the 4th one led to the downfall. Hawkins 3 for 5 on the East. On the South, Hoyford 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Smith gets the win. Tucker the loss. Wyatt Blue with the blown save. And the East will win the prediction by 5 points. 41-36. Somebody was trying to give away points, or if you were trying to give away those points, you should have picked tied. But that's just me. Your quest of giving away points ended up you winning. Yeah, BBJ, you should have went tied. I had a feeling that was you. Let's look at the other game on this day, West and the North, and the North actually got a win. They had to hold the West to 3 hits though to do it. nobody really sticking out. Vapor 2 for 3 with an RBI on the North, but for the West, yeah, pretty quiet. Only 3 hits total. Pitchman will get the win. Og will take the loss. Skinstar McKinley the save, and your player of the game goes to Pitchman. And then I believe, let me pull up our schedule here. So okay, so this is a quick sim day. So let's go ahead and do this. West in the East. West wins 7-3. Jose and Zom both with 2 hits apiece. Jose with a bases clearing double. Eschenbach 1 for 5 with an RBI. On the East, Artema 3 for 4 gets 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Rocker with the win. Hooker the loss. Washburn with the hold. Your player of the game, Jose. And then the South and the North, and it's the South getting the win. 1 run in the 8th, 1 run in the 9th. North had 4 errors in the game. For the South, Wells 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Bubba 3 for 5. Hoy 1 for 3 with an RBI. On the North, Palindrome 2 for 5 with 2 runs. Speed Kills 2 for 5 with an RBI. Smith with the win. Draft Bust Jimbo with the loss. Blonde 3 for 5 is your player of the game. And I totally forgot we should have made a prediction, but I think I know what we'll do because we're gonna do West and the East. This is that one game I was talking about where it's 2 pitchers where they're bots or legacy players, but just so we can get the West on there more than once today. I think what we'll do for this one, just to make things flow a little bit better, we'll do over under 0.5 runs in the 9th. If I can type. And I think we'll set for 5 minutes. Ah, gotcha. No worries. Prediction is up. Let's get this game started, and then let me scroll back up because there was one question that I saw. I was like, let me reread. So if "Take Me Out of the Ball Game" was made illegal to sing at games, what would I choose as a replacement song? I don't know of any other song. Let me think of. I, I can't think of any other song relating to baseball except for "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." That's just me. I mean, especially one for somebody that could quote unquote sing. Um, oh wait a minute, let me read this. Wait a minute, I'm not aware of this. Okay, now I'm gonna. That trade must be public. Now I'm gonna go find my way to that trade. Hang on, I want to read this. That sounds intriguing. Since I'm not a minor league GM, I admit I don't really pay attention to the minor league trade section. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me see here. Second round pick becomes a first round pick if Cali wins the World Series. Second round pick becomes a third round pick if Cali misses the playoffs. That's pretty. I mean, that's pretty smart. I mean, that is smart. personally, I would have taken that trade too if it were me and if I was a minor league GM, I probably would have taken that trade as well. Because that's a very smart trade. KC got a first round pick. Cali won the World Series. Everybody kind of won on that trade. I mean, if you think about it, everybody won. Everybody got what they wanted. I mean, can't hate on that. Not very often you have a trade. Well, I mean, not as often as many would like to have a trade where both sides are happy about it. Like after the fact, like after everything plays out. To go back to the other question, by the way, it's still asked Booth. But I cannot think of another song to do instead of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Well, Chicago doesn't count; they weren't in the trade. You can kind of make the same excuse for the Swifties because the Swifties lost to Cali. If I wanted to post links, I'd go find that one link for whatchamacallit. Um that really long trade. What was it, like three different people? I think it took like it was like 20. Yeah, the Beaver one. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Was it 8? Oh, sorry. Sorry, you did ask that. Let's look. Let me look up Joe Kelly. Hang on. Are you trying to woo me because I technically qualify as a voter? Because if you are, I mean, I'm not gonna, give you a hard time on the effort. I'm over here Googling Joe Kelly and I'm just like, probably be helpful if I just go to the index because, I'm not going to see the Joe Kelly that I'm looking for. Um, well, let me see. How did the other pitchers do? Um, listen, I like how you ask me the tough questions. I don't think that is tampering. I don't think there's tampering rules with awards votes, is there? My understanding was tampering would be if you were like, if we're talking about like you playing on my team, that's tampering, but not with awards. And I was joking anyway. Besides, I'm over here sitting here thinking like, I don't know how to answer your question because uh, seems like there's at least one pit. Yeah, there's I think I already know who I'm voting for pitcher of the year actually. And unfortunately, it's not going to be Joe Kelly because I mean, and anybody who looks at the index, you can probably. I mean, I think this is pretty overall favorite in my opinion, at least for the legends. Oh, next season? Oh, I thought I saw this season. Hang on, let me scroll up. Oh, the second. Oh, wait, I think the first one you said was this season, was it not? Do I just not know? I just wanted that whole little ramble for no reason. You got a free answer. You're welcome. You did say next season on both of them. You know, reading is hard. Well, that depends. What would you what are you applying? Well now that you're talking about next season, now I'm gonna go look at your build. That's where I should be going. You know that will get you some records. That'll probably get you the loss record in a single season. If it were me, I would get your movement up and get your circle change up in the off season. Your build's looking really good. I actually like your build. It'll come. Like for me, it took me, and I've had some close calls for pitcher of the year in my first player's career. In fact, let me pull up my previous player's profile. Well, once you're called up, you usually cannot get sent back down. Because usually when you get called up and you have over 350 TPE used, like you can't go back down to the minor leagues because there is a TPE limit. Yeah, like in my career, my last player's career, 2061, I was had a really good season, but I think I lost to. In fact, let me go look. I don't know if he's watching. The person who so happens to have a recreate in this prospect league was who I kept battling against for usually for pitcher of the year. Let me double check, make sure he won that. Was it 2061? Yeah, 2061 was the year that I was one of the seasons I lost to HOR Hypocrites, aka Big Titty Smitty, aka Biggest Tittiest Smittiest. I remember that was the one pitcher I kept having to battle it out with and for pitcher of the year. Then I eventually won one of them. Eventually I got over the hump, but it took a walk off home run. Jim Hawkins. This seems rigged. This seems rigged. I don't know. I don't know. Does Tden deserve to hit a walk off dinger? Is Tden even here? This might be the one time that Tden is not watching the stream is when his player hits a walk off dinger. Back to back stream games, by the way, going to extras. Ooh. Cybernetically enhanced Robert Robo Dibble Prospect League special, 3 innings, only had the walk and 3 strikeouts. Um, oh yes, we had. Oh, it was under. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, it was under. So yeah, wait. What do you mean you still have not won a prediction? You went under. You technically won the prediction. The problem is you didn't win any points. That's the slight little issue in that regard. You didn't lose points, so you got that going for you. And then, you know what? Before I forget, let's see here. Let me get the next prediction up as well because we do have a quick sim day after this day, and then our next stream game, which is South versus the North. You know what? We'll keep it simple. Who wins? Who wins? South or the North? And we'll set that. 5 minutes should be fine. Who wins is your next prediction. Let's take a look at the box score. South wins this particular game 6-5. For our batting on the North, Hoy 4, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. On the North, Speed Kills 1 for 3 with a walk and a run. For the pitching, Diviver Votto gets the win in relief. Kanye West blown save. Skinstar McKinley the loss. Patrick Lindsay is your player of the game. Excuse me, I had something stuck in my throat there. Oh, and it was an off day. So, well, that's a quick turnaround. We are actually flying through this day or flying through the stream pretty quickly. We get 2 games left to watch. Speaking of, we'll be watching Biggest Titius Smidius, and then also, and then on the South, the one name that I'm not gonna take cheap way out. Oil on Rocketev for the South. Um, this is the second time that these two will be matching up against each other in this Prospect League season. The South won the first go around between these two starting pitchers. Who wins is your prediction. Give y'all a minute or two on that while I hydrate my throat because we'll do play by play. We'll do some play. We'll do the call on this one. If they have an asterisks um, in front of their names, it's probably a player that was created previously. I know there's one other one. Yeah, I think there's only one other one in this draft class, and that would technically be um, Divine Bravado because it's revived backwards. Unless I'm missing somebody. Am I missing somebody? I don't think I am. At least not on these two teams. I'm not. PBE in general, yeah, there's a few out there in PBE in general. One last chance to get your predictions in. Who wins? South versus the North. Who wins? Yep, yep, you're correct. Sorry, you said several, so that's why I was like, wait a minute, is am I missing anybody? Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and close this prediction. And let's go ahead and get on into it. South versus North. Winton will be leading off for the South. Grounder to second, out number one. McCanahan, fly ball deep left, track wall, and it is gone. Dinger time for Ryan McCanahan. And the South go on the board first, 1-0. And now Sis Jones, grounder to the shortstop for out number two. McCringleberry is going to hit that deep to right. It's going to one bounce off the wall for a double. So right at second, 2 outs for Wells. Fly ball right field. And that'll be out number three. South get around the board via the long ball. They leave a runner stranded second as well. We go to the bottom of the first, and it'll be Palindrome leading off for the North with a pop up in the infield, out number one. Speed kills, base hit up the middle. Runner at first, 1 out now for Zielinski. And Zielinski with a base hit to center field. Runners at first and second now, 1 out. Lindsay pops or hits a high fly ball to center, but caught. Runner does not tag as Vapor grounds that out to the first baseman, and those runners will be left stranded. North does not get any runs there in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second. Big Dog Bubba leading off. Ground ball to the second baseman for out number one. Four will fly that out to left. 2 outs. Tejada down the line. Gone. Dinger time for Ishmael Tejada. And the South extend the lead. It's now 2-0. And now Waney Brady grounds that out to the pitcher, and that'll end the top of the second. South leading 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. McCovey, fly ball to center field, caught, out number one. Pangy with a fly ball as well to center field, 2 outs. And now Zach Lay, outside ball four. So walk puts a runner at first for Lucas Carter. And that's a walk. Back to back walks. Runners at first and second now for Palindrome. And it's going to be a fly out to center field. Second inning in a row, North will leave runners at first and second stranded. It remains 2-0 South, top of the order. Winton leads off with a base hit. And now McCanahan, grounder to third, over to second for one. They're not going to get two. Fielder's choice, 1 out. Jones, fly ball deep center, caught, 2 outs. McCringleberry pops that up in the infield for the third out. South leave a runner at first base. We go to the bottom of the third. Speed kills leading off. Slow roll to the shortstop, no throw. It's going to be an infield single. Runner going, throw to second, not in time, stolen base. Zielinski pops that up in the infield for the first out. Lindsay, base hit to left. That's going to bring in the run. North get on the board. It's 2-1. And called strike three in the outside corner. So runner first, 2 outs for McCovey. That gets away. Runner goes to second. McCovey pops that up to left, and that'll be caught. North get a run on the board, though, in the bottom of the third. It's a 1-run South lead, 2-1. Wells pops that up in the infield for the first out. Bubba gets beamed, so runner at first for Hoy 4. And draws the walk. Runners at first and second now for Tejada. Oh, smothered. Everybody's safe. Bases loaded, 1 out. Wayne Brady to the plate. Swinging bunt. Out at home. And then a strikeout of Winton. So they get out of the jam without giving up a run. Two one is your score. Bottom 4. Pangy will lead off with a strikeout. And now Zach Lay. Popped up, third base side, caught. And Carter will ground out to first. 1-2-3 inning for the North. Top 5. McCanahan fly ball to deep right and caught at the wall for the first out. Jones grounds out to first for the second out, and McCringleberry pop it up in the infield. And the South go down in order. We're halfway through, and the South have a 2-1 lead. Top of the North order now for Palindrome, who will get a base hit to lead off the inning. Now Speed kills, lays down the bunt, and moves the runner. Tying run in scoring position. Zielinski grounds that out to first, runner to third. But Lindsay will strike out, and the runner at third will be stranded through 5. Score remains the same. We'll go to the 6th. Wells will lead off with a base hit. Runner at first, no outs for Bubba. Bunt back to the pitcher, out at second. They get the double play. Oh, and we get a rain delay. We had a rain delay. New pitcher Rusimov. I didn't catch how long that rain delay technically was. I'd imagine it was a pretty lengthy one because it's 10 o'clock in the game, and we're just getting to the bottom of the 6th. Vapor base hit up the middle to lead things off. New pitcher as well for the South. So the rain delay wiped out both starting pitchers. There's a stolen base. Swinging bunt off the bat of McCovey, who beats out the throw. Runners in the corners, no outs for Pangy. There's 1. They're not going to turn 2. This game is tied at 2 on the fielder's choice. Runner at first, 1 out. Zach Lay bloops that into right field for a base hit. Runners at first and second, 1 out for Carter. Runner going to third, and Greedy out at third. And that is going to be a deep fly ball to center and caught for the third out. Crazy bottom of the 6th. We have a tie ball game going to the 7th. As Tejada will fly that out to right to start off the inning. Brady to center field, caught, 2 outs. Winton, slow roller, gets there in time, and the South go down in order at the stretch. Both teams at 2 runs apiece. Top of the order for the North, Palindrome is going to bloop that into the gap. Going for 3, and it's going to be a leadoff triple. As Speed kills down the left field line. Oh, it's dropped, but they're going to say it was in foul territory, even though on the field didn't look like it. So instead, it'll be a ground out. Base hit, though, by Zielinski will bring in Palindrome in the north, take the lead 3-2. Runner at first, 1 out. Lindsay, swing and a miss, strike 3, make it 2 outs. Vapor down the line, fair ball to the corner. Runner heading home, throw will go to second instead, and it's going to be an RBI double for Vapor, 4-2 North. Runner at second, 2 outs. McCovey will fly that out to right field for the third out. However, North take the lead. We go to the 8th, and it'll be McCanahan. Hot grab in the hot corner. Carter with the catch, as Jones will fly out to right, 2 quick outs, and McCringleberry will ground it back to the pitcher. 1-2-3 inning for the South. North looking for some insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th, as Pangy will lead off with a base hit to center field. Zach Lay will fly that out to center field as well. 1 out. There's 2 outs now. Carter with the strikeout. Runner at first. Palindrome flies that out to right. So they leave the runner stranded at first. Final chance for the South to tie or take the lead. And it'll be Tyree Wells. Grounder to third. 1 out. Big Dog Bubba. Fly ball center field. Caught, in the South are down to their final out. Hoy 4 is going to fly that to center field, and it is caught for the out, and the North come back to get the win 4-2 in a game that featured a 67-minute rain delay that led to the pitching change. Exos, the blown save loss. Rusimov pitched the rest of the game for the North after that rain delay. Gets the win. 3 1/3 innings, retired all 10 batters they face. And your player of the game, Oilan Rakicev, in the no decision. Let's go ahead and pay out that prediction. Well, see, Sting, now you could say you lost this prediction technically. Technically. In fact, literally the next day is our last game of this stream, which we're actually running ahead of schedule. We're flying through these pretty quickly. We do have we'll be watching East and the North, since we'll have in fact, we'll be watching Pitchman pitch for the final game of the stream. Let me go ahead and let's get another prediction up. We'll do hits. And you know what? We'll do this. I don't know if BBJ is watching. We'll do it that way. So over under, and no, it's not a typo. Over under 14 hits. And yes, there's even an option if there is exactly 14 hits. So total hits in the game, over under 14. The other game on this day, we'll go ahead and quick sim, and wow. East tied it up in the bottom of the 9th, but at the top of the 10th, Jose with a double. Or no, I'm sorry. Jose with a double and McDykel with a 2-run homer. For our box score on the West, Eschenbaugh going 1 for 5. Jose had 4 hits in that game again for the West. On the East, Ford Lincoln Mercury 2 for 4 with their 6th home run in Prospect League. For our pitching, Kylo Ren will get the win, Tucker the loss, Wyatt the blown save, Kirkpatrick getting their first save of Prospect League. Your player of the game, Jose. Jose is your player of the game. East and the North is our final. Who's Jose? Who is Jose? What? We might have to. We'll have to do the Jose story. See, as long as I've been in Prospect League and in the booth, which by the way, I guess we will do Ask the Booth, but I'm gonna have to. No pun intended. I'm gonna have to pass on the question because I'm terrible at telling the Jose story. This is where I wish our evil dictator slash animaniac Enoch was here. He would give a better. He would be able to give the Jose story more justice than me. Marbles is gonna be in about well. See, this is the final stream. This is the final stream game, so we might be doing that rate a little early. Because usually we start marbles at the top of the hour. But I'm actually running ahead of schedule here today. Because this is our final game on the stream. So we'll have to see. We'll have to figure it. We'll get it. We'll get. There will be marbles shortly. Shortly. We have one more day after this one. I think it's a quick sim day. So we do have the prediction up. East versus North over under 14 total hits. Over under 14 total hits. And yes, you can pick exactly 14. That is an option. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is where I wish I could. I wish I could bet, but since I made the prediction, I can't. Just have y'all take my points too. Have you found them? See, listen, I tried putting a picture of them on an eggnog carton, but apparently not a lot of people like eggnog. So that strategy didn't work. Eggnog is delicious. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's nutritious. It's definitely not healthy or good for you, but it's delicious. Let's just go. Let's just say that. Let's get into this game. Predictions close. It is Ask the Booth to close out the stream. Your last chance before we wrap it up, and I guess I'll be starting Marvels a little early today. Didn't usually we don't start early, but that might be what we do. Chat, y'all are eerily quiet for a Sunday. I'm worried. I'm worried. Y'all are eerily quiet. Well, most of you are eerily quiet. See, there's only one way to cure that, and that is by drinking more eggnog. Now, me personally, I enjoy the non-alcoholic eggnog. Just give me the nog. I don't need any of the additional things. Just give me the good stuff. Eggs, cream, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, um, sugar, um, and I'm assuming so yeah, heavy cream. Yep, heavy cream, egg yolks, cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar, and I'm sure I'm missing an ingredient. I don't. I tried making it once, and yeah, scrambled eggs in heavy cream is not the greatest. Somebody did make a joke to me about eggnog. All you gotta do is put flour in it, and you got cake. You got cake batter. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I've thought about it. I've thought about what would happen if you just put flour in it and just go throw it in the oven. Scurvy knows exactly what I'm talking about too. I know a Lasso man knows what I'm talking about. I because it was mentioned in a locker room about that part, but I still have to try what Punk sent me. I still gotta try. Oh, was that a commercial? Which reference? The flour in the eggnog or the Wilfred? No, the eggnog French toast. The eggnog French toast. Cause that sounds amazing actually. And it looked like it was really easy to make. Like super easy to make. Oh. I'll need to go YouTube it. Usually I remember commercials. Oh, yeah, no. I know exactly which one you're talking about now. I don't know if I knew his name was Wilfred though. Or is there another commercial? I might be thinking of another commercial versus what you guys are thinking of. Oh, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's still early. Th- yeah, like diabetes supplies, right? Like the old bald guy with the white mustache. Okay, good. We are thinking the same thing. I just had to think there for. I just didn't know his. I guess I didn't know his name. That's kind of where it went over my head. But I know exactly which one you're talking about now. Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably why I didn't know that. I've never even heard of that show. Oh, trust. We'll get to marbles. In fact, we're gonna have new maps. It's a new season in Marbles Land, so we'll have new maps to look at and hopefully records that we can break today. There will be no bus today. There this is a long this is a long day. This is gonna be a long day for me because literally after marbles we're ending when we stream to my when we rated my stream for marbles after marbles we're done because I have work I need to do. It's, it's gonna be it's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long week. We're halfway to 14. Uh, you know, I mean, we're a little over halfway to 14. I sunk your record ship. I swear, if it's exactly 14, do I get a prize? Do I get a prize for making the prediction? It's okay if the answer is no. There's 10. We're at 10. Here in the top of the seventh. There's 11. And an error with it. And the East will not bring home the tying run. So it's 2-1 North at the stretch. Are we going to have a third extra inning game? We've already had two. Bunt. Bunt works, moves around to second. Intentional walk. Then the strikeout to Kills. Zielinski is going to ground out. So it stays 2-1. We go to the eighth. Called strike three on the inside corner. Strikes out Sparrow. Jameson pops that up. 2 outs. And Gordon is going to fly out. 1-2-3 inning. We were just talking about eggnog, Webby. We were just talking about it. Talking about how delicious it is and how some people are wrong. Lindsay flew out to center field as Vapor will fly out to left field. 2 outs. McCovey flies that out to center field. Final chance for the East. Hawkins, that's going to be scored an infield hit. Bunt out at first, tying run at second. Ground ball out. So Ransom is going to ground out. So the North hang on to win 2-1, and under will get it. We had 12 hits. I was close. I was close. Unders will get the win in the prediction. Pitchman gets the win. McDougal, the loss. Skinstar, McKinley, the save. And Pitchman is your player of the game. South and the West. West will get the win 5-1. On the South, Hoy 4 2-for-4. McCringleberry also going 2-for-4. On the West, Walker 3-for-4 with an 3-for-4 with an RBI. Og will get the win. Wolf will take the loss. Washburn the hold. Matt Phillips is your player of the game. And actually, I think we have 2 days left. Hang on. We're going to the 13th or the 14th. I beg your pardon. We have 2 days of quick sims. 2 days of quick sims. We have the 13th and the 14th. So going on to the 13th. South and the West. West will get the win 3-1. Jones going 2 for 4. Hoy 4, 1 for 4 as well. On the West, Eschenbaugh 1 for 3 with a run scored. Rocker gets the win. Blonde 3-4-5 the loss. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock the third with the hold. O'Reilly the save. And Benny Rocker is your player of the game. East and the North. And it's going to be the East winning 8-1. Hawkins going 1 for 5 with a run scored on the East. Ford Lincoln Mercury 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. On the North, Palindrome 3 for 4 with an RBI. Hooker gets the win. Boykins the loss. Stuart Hooker is your player of the game. And our final day of the stream, the 14th, East and the North. And the North winning 12-5 in a game that had 30 hits. Hawkins 1 for 4 with a 3-run home run as well as a walk on the East. On the North, Palindrome 3 for 6 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Speed kills 2 for 4, walk 3 runs as well as a stolen base. Barry Balls will take the win. Pedro Peregrino the loss. Kanye West the hold. Jaden Zielinski is your player of the game. South and the West. And it'll be the West winning 7-2. For the South, Hoy 4 going 1 for 4 on the West. Eschenbaugh 1 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. Rich gets the win. Infinity the loss. Amos Rich is your player of the game. And that is it. That is it for today for Prospect League. Here are your standings, and it's going to take a collapse of mammoth proportions for the West to not get that #1 seed. East and South are still pretty close together in terms of who will get the 2nd seed or the 3rd seed. And the North have their work cut out for them, but thankfully they've been better the last 10 games than the previous 26. And yes, Webby. So yeah, this is the only weird part of all of this is where first let me do this part so I don't forget. So I have to end this stream. I'm going to quickly start up my stream for marbles. So if you are here and you're wanting to, you're going to intend on playing marbles, you do not have to do a single thing. You're going to see the stream go offline. Don't freak out. As long as you have it still open, you will pop in on the raid. So just as a heads up. Everybody calm down. Find your accountability buddy. And then Punk, that should be good to go. If not, let me know and I'll do it after the stream. Speaking of streams, let me bring up the schedule. Oh, wrong season. Awesome, thank you. So we're back at it, like I said, tomorrow night. Oh, me and Chadwick tomorrow. Nice. I don't have to do all the talking. 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Looks like it's just me for now on that one. And then Major League Draft on Thursday night with AJ. Or I'm sorry, not AJ. I'm sorry. AJ has the night off this Major League Draft. It's going to be, oh man. So wait, do we all boo? Do we all plan on booing? Hacob is hosting the Major League Draft. The commish is hosting the Major League Draft. So do we all prepare our boos? Be prepared. No time there is no time on this, which uh I hope there's one soon. Um and then Rookie Showcase on the 20th, this Friday night. Myself, Max, and we're going to try to find a third. I don't know where my usual co-host that night will be in terms of chat with. Maybe we'll do a three-man booth. Stay tuned on that. And then the next day after that, the day that all you lovely prospects are waiting for, on the 21st, was that 6 days from now, the minor league draft, which will be hosted by Moosey. Also, time to be determined on that. And then exactly 1 week from today will be the awards stream hosted by Don Marcus. But that's what we got coming up. I didn't see an announcement for Tahini. So I'm going to imagine the Tahini hummus hasn't gotten that put together yet. So I would imagine Tuesday next week is the only day off for PBE. Since I would imagine Tahini maybe not till spring training. Tahini is fun. Tahini is an off-season bracket style tournament. It's single elimination. It has all of the major league teams and all of the minor league teams all in the same bracket. So it's like think of it, if you're like an English football fan, for example, think of it as like the FA Cup, where you have all the levels all in the same tournament. And it is fun. We've had minor league teams upset major league teams. We have not had a minor league team win the entire Tahini yet. I believe the furthest a minor league team has gotten was Punk might correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say it was either the semis or the quarters. If I remember correctly, the Swifties were the ones who made it the farthest in a bracket for a minor league team. Somebody will fact check me on that one. But the Tahini is usually every off season. Former Commissioner Hummus, it's his baby. It's a fun stream. Super fun. If you get a perfect bracket, like the prize is usually like $1 billion PBE dollars, since it's never happened, because the odds of a perfect bracket in the Tahini is pretty low. But yeah, it's a big fun event. I would imagine it's not going to be this Tuesday. I would imagine it's the following Tuesday or whenever Hummus is available, since he's the one that does it. But yeah. So with that being said, as I mentioned a moment ago, I'm going to end this stream. If you're here for marbles, just hang out, give it about a minute. You'll see it pop up at the top of chat when I get the raid set up. And we'll go from there. We're going to start the first marbles race at the top of the hour. So it'll be like a 10-15 minute window. Give me time to kind of get everything on my side pulled up and fully switched over. But and again, you know what, before I even do get all that switched over, if you have not done so and you are going to play marbles, if you have not done so yet, please fill out that Google form. Please, it makes my life a million times easier. Just saying. With that being said, I will see you all in about 10-15 minutes. Just hang out. I'll get you all right over to my channel so we can start marbles. I'll see y'all in a little bit.